What is going on, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in. Metal Mob, we know where we're at. We know what time it is. Sorry, I am late. Um, Stuck in traffic, but Cartier, do you want to go over chat? Call out the mobsters?
I sure will. I'm going to start here. Oh, shit. There we go. All right. My screen just changed. Uh, Starting out, we have Rakamas at the bottom. We have Mean Deneen. What's up, Honeybean? Donna McCoy, DC Stacks. Hidden is in the house. What's up, something, something. Investable Collectibles. We have Donna again. St. Nick, obviously. They travel in pairs. Um, We also have Jeff Rubin is in the house.
We got 16 mobsters here. Transient Stacker, Investable Collectibles, DC Stack, Silver and Gold Stack Attack. What's going on, Silver and Gold Stack? Attack, man. Also, when you stop in chat, lots of people here. Let's rock. Mean Deneen, let's go. Yes, yes. So you guys, if you didn't see my video, we went down to Portland recently.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty freaking cool. How is he? Is he awesome or
Oh,
what?
dude, Harry was exactly like he is on camera. Exactly the same exact dude. Just totally cool, full of knowledge, willing to share. Just he was just an amazing. It was such an amazing experience to go down and do that with him. It was awesome. It really
And
was.
there was no issue. There was no issue with you filming with him.
So
I
I
didn't know if
asked him.
Silver Dragons would have like a
You would think there would be like some sort of
lean
contract or
on it. It's
something.
like, no, you can't talk to my guy.
Yeah, you would think, but like I said, hey Harry, would it be cool if I streamed? And he goes, oh man, you can do whatever you want. And I was like, really? And he goes, yeah, yeah, go for it. And that's all it
That's
took, man.
freaking
Just
awesome, dude.
yeah, green lighted at that point, and we went live. I connected to the Wi-Fi. We went live, and it was uh, it was awesome. It really was. He was so welcoming. You know, if you watch the whole video, he gave Jamie $50 for gas for coming down and bringing three other stackers with him. It was a really cool experience. And so he took that 50 and threw it towards lunch. You know, because Jamie drives a Tesla.
Oh, so you ain't got to worry about gas.
Yeah, I mean it cost him $11 to do the round trip, right? Or like $11 each way. Yeah, but it was totally cool. He totally welcoming. We got a picture. You know, he asked me what my channel name was and told me he was gonna subscribe. It was really cool, man. It was a great experience. Really was. We
That's
showed him
awesome.
what he asked us if we had like one of the pinging apps that show you the resonance of the sound of silver to see if it's true or not. And so we tested some silver for him, showed him what came out true and what came out bad. It was
Yeah, I
pretty
saw
cool.
some of that. Was Adrian in there and anybody
No,
else or?
so it was him and another guy named Alex. That was the guy that was on video. It was those two and another guy that were there. But Adrian, King Richard, and someone else, they were all at the Fun Coin Show.
Oh, that's understandable.
But man, it was such a great experience. It was so nice. He is such a great dude. Just totally down to
Yeah, he
earth.
always comes across like he's just like a normal person. It's like always willing to help, always willing to do anything for anybody. He don't
Yeah,
change his
and
prices. When there's so many videos that I've seen where he's like, "Well, the market just dropped, and people are buying, people are selling." He says, "I gotta honor the price." He says, "I'm not gonna say, oh no, I'm not buying right now, or I'm not selling right now." You know,
no.
he
So
honors
Harry
it.
understands, like every other coin shop owner out there, you've got to move product. You've got to have product moving, whether it's on the low side or the high side. It still needs to be moving. You know, you have to have that inventory that keeps rolling over. And so when we first showed up, there was like no 10-ounce bars or anything. And so I mentioned, I'm like, Harry, you don't have any 10-ounce bars. And he goes, as a matter of fact, while we've been doing this and while we've been checking stuff out and you guys have been streaming, so and so bought some 10-ounce bars. So I walked over there and there was 4 10-ounce bars in there, which he didn't have when we first walked in.
Sweet.
But he had a gold at melt tray, and he had loads and loads of constitutional. He had a lot of quarters,
Yeah,
way more
he's usually
quarters
got a
than I
lot of
thought he would.
constitutional.
Yeah, he had a lot of constitutional. So picked a little something up,
There
and
you
picked up
go.
some diamonds.
Well, what'd you get? Let's
Well,
show it off.
I picked up $3 worth of dimes, but I got to go to the safe. Give me a second. You want to entertain chat?
Yeah, we can see who's saying what in here. Emerald Coast says great news about the 10 ouncers. Shotgun saying how y'all doing. Oh, let's see what Hidden has to say. And I want to know what something has for me. Yep, that's what I want to know. Yeah, we'll find out one of these days. Something. Jeff Rubin says, Cartier walk on your hands. That's very entertaining. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Come on, Jeff. You know me. Mean Deneen is just giving out some love to everybody.
So I picked up $3 worth of dimes, right? And in his
Yeah.
in his melt tray, he had this. Here, I'll maybe making myself big. He had a half sovereign, 0.117 troy ounces. It's a 1910 half sovereign. I've been wanting to get a sovereign for a while, so I got a half sovereign that's really actually pretty nice. They're actually a little more rare. They don't make as many of them.
Nice. Good deal, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
if
a really
you're
good
gonna
deal.
go to Harris, you gotta buy something. You gotta pick up something. Otherwise your trip is wasted.
And I had the gold in this specific container tested. That 965 nugget, I had it tested to see
How
what
did
the
it come
purity
out?
was. 22 karat.
Nice.
So
And
this whole
that's stuff
container,
you fanned, right?
yeah, this whole container right here is 22 karat.
Good deal.
That nugget, that 965 nugget, I bought that. Actually, I won it on a Whatnot show over at Gold Baron's Whatnot. I paid like $13 on the second spin. I got this, the biggest prize in the game.
All right, Mustard and
0.965
Biscuits is in
nugget.
the house. CD Paratroop is in the house.
Hidden says, I got a piece of pre 33 gold today at the coin show. Nice. Everybody's doing great, Bear. How are you today?
What's up, Bear? Glad to see your stuff, made it to you safely. No, I did the bear claw and some other things that he wanted.
Yeah, you showed me some pictures of it.
Came out sweet. Came out nice.
And we got a pretty good picture of the whole crew at Harry's with Harry, which was pretty cool. Yeah, man, he was a pretty cool guy. I bet if I asked him for an hour of his time, he'd put it aside. That's how cool Harry is. It was quite the experience, man.
Well, I definitely believe that. I've been for a while now trying to get something to go in with the coin guy that's in Spring Hill. I was thinking, maybe blue collar, because it's got to be Florida people, unless somebody really wants to travel. But I've been trying to get something working going on there with that. Don't really have any takers yet. Because I got to travel for me to go to Spring Hill is probably about like at least 3.5, 4 hours. So y'all got to meet me in the middle somewhere. If you're up in the Panhandle, like Blue, come on, we can do it.
Make it happen. There's nothing like meeting up with other stackers in the community. It's great. Meeting Swag Dad and taking Bear and Jamie down and just having the whole crew going and grabbing some grub afterwards, man, it was awesome. It really was. Totally cool group of guys all the way across the board.
I'm sorry, I was just reading the chat here. Jeff was saying that Spring Hill is a fine quick drive. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's like 3, 4 hours, depending on how you go, because you usually got to go all the way up 75 and then take 50 over or 56 over.
Hi, Amina. How are you? Amina is making her ways across the USA. I think she's going to
Good for
be
you.
Are you in Nashville now, or are you going to Nashville, Amina? And I heard Chicago was in there somewhere too. I'm not sure if you're in Nashville or heading to Nashville. I think that's what she said last I talked to her. DC Stack says, I'm damn near Canada. We ate at Famous Dave's.
Oh, there you go.
It was it it was okay.
Wasn't as big as everybody says.
I wasn't as excited about it. I mean, I ate all my food, but at the end of the day, the brisket was fatty, you know. But it's okay. It was good. I ate all my food. Oh, sorry.
Well, sometimes they hype it up to a lot more than what they can actually
I've had
perform.
Famous Dave's. Famous Dave's up here is a lot better. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay for chain barbecue, but the Famous Dave's up here is better.
Well, that happens
That's
with
why,
every restaurant or any
that's
chain.
why I didn't have a problem going and eating there. The
There's
Bear Steak
a
tacos were good. Yeah, the cornbread was good, but you don't go to a barbecue joint for the cornbread, Swag Dad, or the tacos. You go to the barbecue joint for the barbecue.
No, that'll happen with any restaurant or any chain. You go from one to another, and it's like a total different experience because I guess it's just management and how they do things properly or improperly.
I didn't
Because you
remember
go to
which city
one,
it
it
was,
sucks.
Emerald.
You
I
go to
thought you
another,
said
and it's awesome.
Nashville.
Yes, cornbread is awesome, but that's not
Yeah,
your meal. I want to. I
cornbread
want
is
to.
awesome, but
I want to rip up a. I want to rip up some ribs.
the cornbread muffin was good. It had a nice honey glaze over the top, was sticky and crunchy at the same time. So I mean, it was nice, but it wasn't quite, it wasn't what would make me go back. And I like Mexican style cornbread with bits of corn and cheese in it. I and do it a little different. Traditional cornbread's good too, with sugar or
I
honey
like
over
the
the top.
traditional cornbread. I mean, you can't beat it when it's got that nice butter that's just dripping down in there.
So I picked up $3 worth of Rosie's while I was there. You know, always good to add dimes to the stack.
Oh hell yeah!
Just let me
Are
go
they
through.
anything special or just plain old Rosies?
No, I just grabbed Rosie's. I mean, some of them are newer dates, some of them have luster, but at the end of the day, I just didn't grab the roll more slick likes. I just grabbed the better looking ones and just grabbed 30. He had a whole tray of them, so I wasn't gonna sit there and go through and cherry pick. I was too in the moment. You know what I
Oh, of
mean?
course.
It was just exciting to be there in the moment, doing the things that we were doing, hanging with Harry. Yeah, that was awesome.
No, I think I picked up a whole roll of 1964 BUs Rosies from Cash Money. I picked up a whole tube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're sitting in the safe somewhere.
He didn't have any mercs. Somebody had bought the mercs before we even showed up.
Yeah, Mercs go quick. No, I've watched so many of his videos. It's like as soon as they come in, they're gone. It's like as soon as they find out I got them, they're gone.
I was already thinking about that. Just hit your sister up and see what you guys want, and I'll order something for you.
Yeah, Hayden probably also loves mustard and biscuits too. Give me some mustard and biscuits. Yeah, there's always going to be more silver in Mr. Roosevelt. You know, they haven't been worn down as much. You know, having those mercuries. I mean, that's history in your pocket.
So adding $2 more fills the tube up. Gotta love filling tubes. There's nothing more satisfying than filling a tube, you guys. That's how I look at it. That's just makes you feel good. And I only
Yeah,
need a
it's
couple
definitely an
more,
accomplishment.
another dollar right here to finish this tube. About $2 more worth of mercs to finish this tube.
Yeah,
Working on that.
I'm to the point where I just have freaking like bags of shit.
I'm working on getting the guard box. I want to get a guard box filled.
The only ones that I have in tubes are the ones that I'm, trying to make a set of.
Dub C, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you stopping by. FG, congratulations on the win. So
Tom, what's going on?
I did get some Dos Pesos in,
Amy?
which are cool. Been wanting to get some for a while. Dub C, what container or what capsule size would you put your Dos Pesos in, or what do you put them in? Right now, mine are just in a flip. Yes, and Hidden has a Dos Peso for me too. Yes, the gold ones. I will have 5 of them. I have 4 now. I'll have 1 more coming in here soon.
Well, I got one sitting here
I just don't know what
somewhere.
size capsule to put them in, or if I should put them in a cardboard flip or what. Because I got to put them in something. They're just kind of sitting in a plastic flip right now. Non-PVC flips are fine. I use a 1/10 Eagle tube. Okay, cardboard flips. Yeah.
We have Wendy's.
Oh my. You guys are so high. I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on a second. You guys are so high maintenance. Talk to me
Bruh.
money all the time.
Bruh, you asked me.
Don't bruh me. Don't bruh me.
You see this, guys? You hearing this?
Yeah, they're hearing this. They're hearing you guys milk me dry.
You
That's what they're
asked me
hearing.
what I
Okay, that's fine. Give me a second. I'll get you guys set up. Everybody says tell the girls hi.
Alright.
Donna says tell the girls hi.
And I say, tell Donna bye.
Saint Nick says hello, Skylar. Those dos pesos
Hey,
were
guys.
restricted, right?
What's up, ladies?
They're 1945 dos
Hey,
pesos.
Korean. Okay, let me just click end the live.
Yeah, okay. Get out of here.
Okay, so they made one in the corner.
Oh, race strikes. I was gonna say restricted. Lord Shadow, what's going on, my friend?
So what do they want? Buy a pizza or something, or what?
They want Wendy's.
Yeah, that's what
Oh, Wendy's.
last night. And with that.
What? You
We're
are so
begging.
not. Don't even go there with that crap.
Why do you put a square burger in a round bun?
I don't know, but it tastes good. That's all I know.
Wendy's burgers are the freshest ones on the market, bro.
And Skylar had the audacity to tell me McDonald's
The
was better.
audacity.
I didn't say McDonald's was better. I said Wendy's was greasy.
The
And Skylar
audacity.
said that Wendy's was
That's such a very strong
you
word.
said
Okay.
it was less
Okay,
than
okay.
McDonald's.
I will give you my phone. Right now.
Grease's flavor.
Order what you're gonna order.
Grease's flavor.
But bring me the phone before you do it.
Okay. Okay. So you can see how much mini.
Yeah, so I can see how many hundreds of dollars are gonna cost me in DoorDash fees.
Do you want anything from me? This is
I just want a chocolate frosty.
Oh, I'm having one too.
Bring me the phone before you order, please. Sorry about that, you guys. Sorry. Life takes over sometimes. When my son
you're fine,
calls,
bro.
let's see here. When
Family
my
comes
son
first
calls
all the
me
time.
bruh, I call him sis. He learned real quick not to call me that. I should do something like that, Teresa.
No,
Chicken
family
cheese,
always
everything,
comes.
large fry, large Coke, says Dub C. I understand that, Catcom. I get it. And the amount of stuff you have to haul around never changes. It goes from playpens to diaper bags and playpens to duffel bags and backpacks. You still got to carry around a buttload of crap. 13 millimeter for a dos peso. Yes, I know, but I don't know. That's pretty small. I'd have to order it, I guess. Go online and order it. I was trying to use one that I had and like get a foam insert, but I don't have anything that small.
Hello, Teresa. She says she's listening and cooking. Glad you're here.
Bruh. Don't bruh me.
Swag Dad, what's up?
Swag Dad's awesome. When we met up, he was already at Harry's waiting for us. It's super cool meeting him. So I finally got one of those Year of the Horse rounds that I was looking for.
Man, y'all making me jealous. Y'all got to hook up, got to see each other, meet each other.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty fun. Dub C, you want to pop up? You can pop up anytime you want, my friend. Let me throw the link in chat. This is for Dub C.
Big
Dub C,
Papa coming in the house.
Dub C, you're more than welcome to pop up anytime you want to. Yeah, dude, Harry let Swag Dad around the counter in the back to check out the safe.
Oh, that's freaking cool. Dub C, welcome aboard, my friend.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, got you.
I wasn't expecting to go live. I appreciate it. I'm sitting here trying to write a video, and I'm hit kind of a block. So I'm like, you know what? Let me see who's live. Let me talk to everybody else and see what's what.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just need to pull yourself off your actual train of thought when you're in a block like that. Change it up for a little bit, and then go back to it, and things will be a little more refreshed, and you might have a different way about it.
For sure. That's absolutely the case with me. That seems to be happening more and more the older I get too. I kind of figured that the more I did this, the better I would be at it. Not true. Oh, not the case.
That's a fact.
Hi everybody in chat, and thank you, Humble and Cartier, for letting me kind of pop into this. So this is how I store my 2 and 2.5 pesos. It's just a 1/10 Eagle tube.
Okay.
And then it's literally.
Oh, you just keep them loose in there.
Yeah, they're just loose in there. So
you don't keep them in any kind of a protected anything. You just keep them loose in there.
So the funny thing about having done this for as long as I have, when I was buying these, they were $50-$60 a piece.
Okay. Well,
so
now they're 200.
Yeah, they were never any kind of a big deal. And now they're, you know, when I actually look and see how much these sell for, that's when it hits me. I've been doing this too long. I need to start taking better care of these pieces. The problem is that I don't really like capsules, the clear plastic disc type capsules. I never have. They take up too much space.
Yeah. Okay.
No, just keep on with your tubes and throw in a little silica pack. You know, so you don't put as many in a tube, but you got a silica pack in there as well.
That's not a bad idea. So in my last live stream, this is my run of the mill world gold coins. These are the kind of the smaller pieces. So for these pieces, and eventually I will probably get around to doing the same thing for the 2 and 2.5 pesos. It's literally in a non-PVC flip, right? That's okay. What I use for most of these. Okay. But there's nothing wrong with capsules. If you like capsules are definitely a better way. They are maybe a more appropriate way to store something that has value to it. To me, it's the capsules are kind of expensive. The inserts never seem to work right. And then you've got the tube that the capsules go into, and then the tubes roll around unless you have kind of the right box to put the tube in. Just too complicated. So I just use the 2x2s.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I just didn't know the best way to store them.
Best way or the way that I do it. They may not be the same thing.
Well, you know, I mean, just talking to somebody who actually has some and stores them.
Yeah.
Is at least a direction. Whether it's the correct direction that I want to go or not is fine, but at least it's a direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. This is an example of a capsule. I have very, very few of these, and I certainly don't have the right tubes to put these in. When I bought this piece, it came in the capsule, and it stayed in the capsule. That's where it is now.
Gotcha. And they are tiny little buttons, CW. They are tiny little buttons. They're way smaller than they look when people are showing them off.
Yeah, this is a 2 peso.
Look at the size of his thumbnail compared to the size of the coin.
For real.
I mean, right, that give you a little bit of a, you know.
Put things in a perspective size-wise.
I'm trying to find something on my desk that actually has some kind of a known size to it, and I think I might have something here. There we go.
Put a quarter next to it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
There you go.
So, yeah, you get an idea of how small the 2 peso is.
Yeah, they're not big.
The 2.5 is slightly larger, so this is a 2.5 peso.
Bacon cheeseburger. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I want some fries.
Yeah, chicken cheese, everything, large fry, and a large Coke. That's what I used to get.
Chicken cheese, everything.
I got a biggie back meal.
I saw that. You must be hungry.
Yeah, I'm big back.
Biggie back.
Yeah, I'm a biggie back.
Okay. We'll get this ordered for you guys.
Thank you, Daddy.
Of course. Of course.
Oh, who
Yes,
else is
of
in here?
course. We've got to feed you guys. I'm legally
Oh, I love you,
obligated.
Daddy.
to.
Oh, what a shame.
What a shame.
Yeah.
Go about your business. Sorry about that.
I think it's
No,
funny.
you're fine, bro.
Love my kids. They're awesome. What are
Family
those?
always comes
Those
first, man.
Eagles?
Those are quarter eagles.
Quarters.
So by comparison, a 2 peso.
Yeah. And the 2 peso is 1.66 grams or 1.666 grams of gold.
I think that's right. That sounds right. And I think a 2 peso is a perfect thing to do if you are newer at stacking, or if you are able to find them with a low premium. I think there is a lot of benefit to having smaller pieces of gold, but only if you're really able to find them without paying a whole lot more, per piece than you would be for some of the larger pieces.
I got mine on a GSR trade, so it was
Yeah,
it was worth it for me.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic idea, especially if it worked out good for you.
Yeah, I mean it was what it was for GSR, and at the time I was fine trading for them. I wanted some anyways.
Yeah.
And having them in the stack, there's no reason not to. I love Mexican gold.
Me too.
I have the 20 peso, which is a beautiful coin.
Sure is.
When I was on my way down to Harry's, I was showing off Jamie's, which he brought with us, and just remembering, because it's somewhere else. So, remembering what it looked like and how it felt in my hand is just a beautiful coin. I love
Beautiful
that coin.
Yeah, it's one of the best. The ones that have the Aztec, device on the front, those are so cool. A beautiful coin.
Yep. And so I just
Hey, did Jamie sell any of that stuff, or did he trade it in, or did he just bring it along to show for show?
Jamie was just bringing that stuff for show and tell. He literally kind of grabbed one of everything he had. And I had the Dos Pesos that I brought with me. I brought this that panned gold, this stuff right here, the nuggets. I brought these with me because I wanted to have them tested, and they tested at 22 karat.
Nice,
which was phenomenal.
Yeah,
for panned gold, right? So that was pretty cool too. When we showed up, Harry just he handed us a tray and said, "Here's your shopping cart." And whatever you put in it, you just walked around the store with it in your tray. And it didn't matter if it was gold, if it was silver. He didn't care. He just let you walk around like you were at Walmart shopping. It was great. It was amazing.
Here's your shopping cart.
I had that opportunity a couple times in my life for real. I was loaded for bear. I had sold a business, and I had something like $10,000 in my pocket every day for about 5 months. And my job during that period of time was to reinvest that in precious metals. It's one of the reasons why I have so many of the nice things that I have now. This was one time about 18 years ago and one time about 10 years ago. And there's no feeling like it, especially if you don't come from money. If this is not something that you are used to, and you can finally live out those dreams and buy some of those pieces that you've always wanted, it's an amazing feeling. And the idea that you have the ability to do that at a local shop that you've been at since you were a kid, it's just amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I kind of know where you're coming from, because I came into a bunch of money, when my father's house was sold. So I spread that around.
Yeah.
I was hitting the auctions. It was like mine.
It's a wonderful experience, and it's a nice thing to be able to experience, especially if you understand what it means, just how special it is. But man, when people come from money, they don't have any idea what it means.
No, not at all.
No, so being able to do, because I mean, I raised hogs from 9 to 15 to earn school clothes money for the next year. I mean, I
Ugh.
grew up in the country. We that's just what we did to get where we needed to be, right? So I did not come from money. So being able to walk into a coin shop and buy gold and buy silver and do things like that and meet somebody like Harry, and the whole experience was just, it was bucket list.
Yeah, that's cool. That's exactly what it is, bucket list. And I haven't forgotten that feeling. It's one of the reasons why I started my channel. You have that feeling, that excitement, and you want to kind of relive it over and over again. It's a really nice thing.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Yeah. Still smiling.
Well, there's nothing like a feeling of being able to walk into a coin shop or something like that and say, "That right there, I want it."
It's amazing.
I
And
want
if you are new to stacking and you get an opportunity to do that with your very first Mercury dime, you guys were talking about Mercs when I first clicked on the chat. It's that same experience, right? You shouldn't feel bad that you can't do it with gold. If you can do it with silver and you never had any silver before, and you get your first obsolete coin, maybe you scrimp and save and you get that first barber quarter, that first barber dime, it's that same feeling. It's multiplied, but it's really kind of the same idea. And if you get that, if you feel that every time that you walk into a coin shop or the first time that you're buying something, then that's what it means to be part of this community. I think we all feel that same way.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, one of my prize moments is when I got the booby quarter. I was like, yes, I got one. I got one.
That's awesome.
It's the
She's
smaller
rubbed
thing.
down as hell, but I got one.
So yeah, picked up this half sovereign while I was there at Melt,
Beauty.
out of this Melt tray. Jamie picked it up and put it down. I didn't realize that he picked it up and put it down until he goes, "Oh, you got the half sovereign? I was going to get that." And I'm like, "Oh, bummer! I didn't know that, Jamie. I'm sorry." So he ended up getting a 20 franc, I think it was.
Yep, love the 20 francs.
I think that's what he got, a 20 franc. Yeah, it was a beautiful coin too. Out of the Melt tray, he had a whole tray at Melt.
Amazing.
Yeah. He had a bunch of gold. He had a bunch of buffaloes. People were there picking stuff up, and a lot of the just out of the 4 that we went down, picked up ounces of gold and ounces of silver. It was pretty cool. It was great. Yeah, 20 franc is what Jamie says.
I've never had the opportunity to buy that many half sovereigns. I've only got one, actually. I've got it right here, but it's much later. It looks like that one that you had was an Edward, I think.
Yeah, it's a 1910.
This is just my only half sovereign, and it's a pretty late Queen Victoria. So
yeah, this is it's an Edward.
That's a cool piece.
It's in really nice shape too.
Yeah,
it's not beat up by any means. It's in really good shape.
Sovereigns are just a fun way to own gold, and I think the half sovereign is a really logical, slightly smaller, little bit more affordable option. I've got only one, and I wish I had more.
Yeah, I will be stacking more of these if I can get my hands on them. It was a great buy for the price. He had eagles there too, and I was going to get an eagle, but he wanted $485 for an eagle, right?
Wow.
And for just a few dollars more, I got this. Could not complain.
Yeah, I'd rather have that.
You can't go wrong with that. I mean, you can't go
I've been
wrong.
wanting to get a sovereign for a while, and the fact that I was able to get a half sovereign was even that cooler because it had made it that much more affordable. I got the sovereign, and I was able to pick up some dimes at the same time.
Very cool.
And the beautiful thing about the gold coins is the fact that, they were held onto. They weren't really circulated that much.
That's true.
So there's not a whole lot of wear and tear, like versus a Mercury or a Benny or something like that. I mean,
For sure.
this
Right.
is stuff that people held onto. They put
And
it in their little coffee can, on their shelf.
And spent. That's the thing. They spent it to buy goods. That's a beautiful coin.
That's a slightly earlier 20 franc piece before the roosters. This is an 1877 piece. So these are commonly called angels, and these were, I said in my last live stream where I talked about this, that in the 1980s, 1990s, these were super cheap, and it's like the in-flight magazines that used to be in airplanes. They would people would buy these, and they just went into a bezel. This was just a really nice piece to put around your neck. So that's what happened to a lot of these pieces.
Does that have the bezel marks around the coin?
No, this one is actually, if it's not uncirculated, it's about uncirculated. I do have a couple pieces that are ex jewelry that do have those, and I still kind of kick myself for having done that. Nothing wrong with having an ex jewelry piece if it's an affordable piece of gold, if it's something you want. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But being a numismatist, before I really started being a stacker, it's one of those things that I always try to avoid. But it's really personal preference.
Gotcha.
It usually means you can save a little bit of money, buying an ex jewelry piece, especially if the dealer knows that. It's the problem is that when you don't realize it and you buy it not realizing that it's ex jewelry, and then it's a little bit of an issue.
Then you take the emotional hit that you got taken.
That's exactly right. So there's another example of one of these angels, maybe a little bit better condition.
Yeah, that is actually a little better than the other one. That's nice.
And this is a slightly earlier one too. That's Napoleon III. That is Napoleon's nephew. Napoleon was the one that started the 20 francs back in the early 1800s, and they just kept on going with him. In fact, one of the nicknames for a 20 franc piece is the Napoleon. That's actually what they called them. So no matter who put it out, when it came out, the nickname is often just a Napoleon. So 1856, and that's Napoleon III.
Nice.
20 francs piece are nice because they are standard. Lots of countries made them. Switzerland made them. France made them. And lots of other countries around the world adhered to that Latin Monetary Union standard. And they are right about 1/5 of an ounce. So a little bit more than something like one of these quarter-ounce pieces or even a $5 gold piece. These are a little bit smaller, about 0.20, 0.1875, something like that.
Yeah. They're actually, 0.18. Yeah, that's pretty much it. 0.1875. And the fact that they're so highly recognizable as well. Yeah. They're kind of like the ASC.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
So,
they are.
So you can have those and go to, like you said, a handful of different countries and it still be recognized is one of the greatest things about a 20 franc.
Yeah, and the dealers around the country, around this country, they all seem to know them. But I imagine in Europe, they're probably even easier to get rid of.
Yeah, I would imagine so because of that being more of a local currency.
Yep, exactly.
Guten Tag, Dutch. Guten Tag. Guten Tag,
Dutch.
Yeah, CatCon, they used to give. They still, if I'm not mistaken, they still do give pilots gold coins, whether it be AGEs now or whether it was, Gardens or whatever back in the day, whatever the 1 ounce gold coins were to get them out of trouble. Because gold is always recognizable in most cases. What you got there? More 20s?
Big handful of sovereigns. That's what a lot of the fighter pilots would have used in World War II and all the way up, I think, until like Vietnam.
Are those the half sovereigns?
These are all full sovereigns. So they would have had built with, 5, 10, 20 sovereigns in it because it was such a universal thing.
So as a full sovereign, is that a quarter ounce then?
Just about. I mean, it's really close. They are very, very similar to an American $5 gold piece. A little bit more pure, but a little bit lighter. So it's like really, really close. 0.24 something.
Gotcha. Okay. Lots of gold.
Man, Dubsy making me drool over here.
No,
I know.
I just happen to have my small gold pieces out. I've done a couple of videos recently about small gold, and I talked about them in Worldwide Wednesday, I think on Wednesday of last week. So, it's unusual for me to have these pieces sitting out. And I think it's always important to remind people, especially if you are new to stacking, this is not the kind of thing that you want to run out and dump your life savings into.
And you don't compare your stack to somebody else's either.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. If your situation is exactly the same as theirs, from your mortgage to your car payment to your job and the number of kids you have and everything else, then you can maybe start to compare your stack to somebody else. But worry about your own situation, but also go at your own pace. And I'm a big fan of going really, really slowly. So this is the kind of stuff that I've acquired over literally decades.
Yeah, so don't rush. Slow and steady wins the race. It's
Slow
a
and steady.
long-term game.
Yep,
Long-term
exactly.
game. You're
And
playing
and the,
chess, not checkers.
and the first piece that you buy should be as exciting as every other piece. The fact that you're making headway and having something that maybe you never had before, that's a good thing. This is a good feeling. It's a nice thing to do for yourself and your future. But don't put yourself in harm's way by doing it. Nice, slow, steady pace, I think, is the best way to go.
Yes.
Yeah, because
And
I started picking up little tiny small pieces of gold, you know, whether it be a gram. I've got a dos peso myself.
Yep.
But I picked up a bunch of little small pieces and I got them all in a vial. And you know what? Now I got over a gram. I mean, over an ounce,
Yeah.
you know, sitting in that little vial.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. CW Paratroop said that exactly right. Slow and steady. It's those drips that fill the bucket. And there's nothing wrong with starting with grams. There's nothing wrong with starting with these really small coins. In fact, I think it's a really good idea when you can start adding up these pieces, especially if you're not paying a big premium for them. It does add up. It really does. It's
amazing how fast it adds up
What's that?
as well. It's amazing how fast it adds up as well, Dubsy.
Yeah, if you're consistent doing it, it adds up really quickly. You'll be surprised at how quickly it adds up.
Yeah, and you know,
Because not
at
everybody
the end of
has
the day-
not everybody has the ability to just drop down, you know, like for 4,200, you know, 4,500, depending on what the market is for a
Oh, yeah.
gold coin for a 1 ounce. So, you know, spend, you know, $100 or $200, get something smaller.
Yeah.
go
Put it
with Chris
aside,
if you have to.
and then buy another one, and then buy another one, and buy another one. And before you know it, you got a vial full of all these little tiny gold pieces, and you got an ounce sitting there.
Yeah. And if you feel more comfortable starting with silver and you want to start with those mercury dimes, or if you buy a few quarters, it's that slow and steady progress. It really it gets to mean something. And I think that's an important thing too. When you realize what it took you to get there, it's going to have so much more value for you as a stacker, as a collector, than if you just come into a big amount of money like I said I did it, 10, 15 years ago, whatever it was. And I was able to drop a bunch.
It's an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment.
It's exactly right. It actually means something.
I came into a bunch of money and I went off and I bought three Cougarans from OC, and then I just started picking up little small pieces.
I love that. Yeah.
Little piece here, little piece there. But I got myself a nice little gold stack.
No.
Are they back from Wendy's already?
Tyler, what's going on, buddy? Cartier, your boys here checking in.
Hey, what's up, Tyler? How you doing, buddy? I'm glad you like your stickers and stuff.
Is that another? What you got there?
It's a 2.5.
Oh, infused Indian.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. That's nice.
Everybody's favorite pre-33 series, and I always say on my channel, be careful because these are out there in counterfeits. There are so many counterfeits made, but it's such a cool coin. I mean, it really does seem to be.
There are counterfeits made, however, the counterfeits are made in gold, though, right? They still have gold value. Just
they make them in gold, but
for the most
still
part,
not right.
And sometimes the counterfeits are of an even more pure gold than the originals were, because they're made to the standard of the sovereign, which is 91.7% pure, while these, the American pieces, were only made in a 90% pure. So that's one of the weird ironies of the counterfeits, is that often they are more pure than the actual coins are supposed to be.
With the same amount of gold that you're supposed to have in it, if I'm not mistaken, it's just not a numismatic coin.
The same amount of weight, slightly more pure, but that's where it tricks people up, is because they are not a legitimate coin, which means it's not going to have any numismatic value.
Yeah, it's not going to have that value.
You can't certify it through BCGS or NGC. And these pieces, the 2.5s in particular, have a pretty high numismatic premium on them. They're worth a lot more than their gold value. So these are the kind of things you absolutely have to be careful with.
Gotcha.
Well, if you got any of those, if you got any of those fake ones, you can send them over to me, and I'll melt them down into like a little bar.
See. Yeah. So that just means it's still gold.
Still gold.
Just not a coin.
Not a real
it's
coin.
just counterfeit gold.
Yep.
So
You see the same thing with a lot of other coins out there too. I mean, it might be actual silver, but it's not real.
still has the
It's
melt
not
value.
the actual date. It's not the actual numismatic.
Just
That's right.
coin value.
Lots of counterfeit sovereigns out there. If you guys seen it, my videos about sovereigns, I've got a really cool antique sovereign scale made in the 1870s, 1880s, designed to detect those counterfeit sovereigns, and it still works. It's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, I'd like to see that someday. I know one of the biggest ones is the 1916D Mercury. You got to be really, if you don't buy it in a slab by somebody legit,
Oh
you're
yeah,
crazy.
for sure.
Because they counterfeit those things like mad, and they try to sell them out.
This is that counterfeit scale made in the 1870s, 1880s, something like that.
Wow.
Since you asked, and it just happened to be sitting here looking at me.
Wow.
No, we'd love to see it.
School us. School us.
So this is a fake sovereign. It's real gold, but it's fake, and unfortunately it's my only fake sovereigns. I was fortunate enough to look through a collection. I got called in to appraise a collection about 2 years ago that had about 20 counterfeit sovereigns, and they are so prevalent. They are everywhere because they were made in the hundreds of thousands. But this one we know is counterfeit, but it's a very, very good copy of a counterfeit. And the way the T. Simmons scale works is that gold is so dense that it has to be a certain diameter or it has to be a certain thickness in order to pass. In other words, you could make a fake counterfeit that weighed the same as a real counterfeit.
Yeah, but it's not the same millimeter.
It would have to be bigger around, or it would have to be thicker. So this scale measures thickness by having this gauge in the middle that the coin has to be able to drop down through. And this one barely makes it through. You have to really kind of jiggle it to get it to go through that slot. But then it also has to fit down inside this raised tray. And the whole idea is that once the coin sits down inside of it, it will weigh, it will lift up this great big brass weight on the other side. So this one will lift up the weight,
but it won't
doesn't
fit the slot.
But it does not fit down inside that tray. So we know that its diameter is too big, and we know that it's a counterfeit.
Nice. That's an amazing scale.
Isn't that cool? They're not that expensive. I
think that's old school right there. I mean, now we have veneer calipers and stuff like that, but I mean,
it was a brilliant idea, and it still works. That's what's so cool about it. Real sovereigns work perfectly. They still balance perfectly. They still fit down inside the tray in the slot. But those fake ones, at least the fake ones that I've been able to test with this, just don't work. It was a brilliant piece of technology, and it's 150 years old, something like that. They still
do half sovereigns as well.
Well, they knew what they were doing back then. I mean, these men, they weren't stupid.
So this is a half sovereign, and that's what the smaller thing is on the very end. And I don't get to test this very often. Let's see how well it works. So it has to go down inside the gauge, and it goes down perfectly, right? Didn't slow down at all. It has to fit down inside the tray, and you can see it fits down perfectly inside that tray. Yeah. Will it still lift the weight, though? That's the question.
Look at that.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I love that, Dusty. That's awesome.
They still make something similar to that called a fish scale. FISCH is the name of the company. Isn't that a clever name for it? Fish scale. So that technology still works, but it doesn't work quite as well with tungsten pieces. They can actually fool this piece of technology, and that's where your Sigmas and your XRFs come in. But there's something very cute and quaint about that really old piece of technology. It's just a fun thing to have.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. I said, thanks for sharing that. That was awesome.
Yeah, it sits on my desk just because I actually had to look for about 6 months to find one that still had its box that was in pretty good shape. And we feel it's likely that almost every shop owner in the UK and anywhere around the world where the sovereigns were encountered, and that was everywhere. I mean, it was the dominant gold coin. They would have had something like this. So there are lots of these still out there, but to find one that's in beautiful, working condition, still in really nice shape that comes in its original box, that's a little bit unusual.
Yeah, that's definitely something that's shelf worthy.
Yeah,
Get
Yeah,
it-
it's just
that's
Get an
freaking awesome
operating
right there.
version for the table, and then take that one and put it on the shelf. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's just really cool. I mean, I've got a Sigma also, and the Sigma sits in a drawer, but this one sits out on the counter. It just looks cool.
Oh, most definitely.
High low. Let's be nice.
We still use them as gold digger patty. I mean, it's one of the things. It's easy for us to forget that gold is so heavy and so dense that it provides us an opportunity to do that kind of measurements. With tungsten and new technology and counterfeiting and all that kind of stuff, the advanced ability to plate fake coins, it gets to be much more complicated. And there is an American version of it, but there were so many denominations that were used in the United States. You've got the $1, the $2.50, the $3, the 5, the 10, the 20, that those scales are really big and complicated, and they didn't make very many of them. They are a lot more expensive than the British version.
Now you got a nice little prize right there, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Always fun to share stuff like that, right? And that goes back to what I was saying. If you are new to this and you just picked up your first Mercury dime or you found a silver dime and change, hold on to that feeling because it never gets old. I've been doing this for 40 something years and I still love talking about this. I still love to be able to share this enthusiasm and this excitement with everybody.
Yeah, well, this goes far long before acid testers and magnets and this and that and vernier calipers. I mean, this is the way they had to do it back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
It just goes to show that when you have the passion and it's still there, it's easy to talk about something and be excited about it and show things off and teach the way that you do. So thank you for still having the passion that you do. That's the most important.
I'm glad you guys were live today, and thank you for allowing me to come on.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Anything else you want to see before we wrap this up? I probably need to get back to Murder, She Wrote.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess
no. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with the Dos Pesos and how you store them. You just kind of let them rattle around.
Gold coin. Let's see if I've got a copy of it sitting here. This is my earliest 20 franc piece. I actually showed this last Wednesday too. This is from 1811, and that's actually a Napoleonic piece. So that's Napoleon right there.
And that's a fake?
Oh no, this is a real one.
A real one. Somebody in chat wants to know where you found that scale.
So I actually found one that I was going to buy from a retailer in London. And for some reason, they started kind of jerking my chain about sending it to the US, which is a little bit weird. It's not like I haven't bought stuff from the UK before. And I just happened to flip open eBay and I saw it being sold. Not that one that I had actually kind of already talked with somebody about, but this one that was actually, the box was in a nicer shape. So I reached out to that retailer or that eBay seller because I always got to try to negotiate price. It usually bites me in the butt. But in this case, they were asking $230, $240 for it. And I said $175. And they're like, yep. So I think that's what I paid for it, something like that. So it came on eBay. It was from the UK, but I bought it on eBay.
Wow.
You got a hell of a deal, dude.
And for way under the asking price, it just goes to show there's no problem in hurting in asking and trying to negotiate a lower price no matter what.
No, I think that goes double for when you're dealing with precious metals. We tend to think of them as being a very set price, but your local dealer, I guarantee you, is going to have a different price on a 20 franc piece than APMEX or one of the online bullion retailers. And when you figure in shipping, if they're charging more for buying it with a credit card, you can always try to negotiate the price. If something is a nice piece and it's being sold by somebody I know, especially if it's a local coin shop, you've got to support the local shops. You've got to realize that they need to keep the lights on. They've got to pay everything that they do. And having a coin shop is not an inexpensive thing to do. And we need to support local shops. So
yeah, they got a very small
they've got
profit
thin margins most of the time, right? Once in a while
they're not making much. They're making enough to keep the doors open.
That's exactly right. And I try to support them and it pays off. If you treat them well, they tend to treat you well. So because of that, I don't usually try to really chisel down a price on something unless I know that they're asking way too much for it. But generally speaking, I don't come down in price very much. Maybe 3 or 4, 5%. I'll round down to the nearest 10, whatever it is. But when you have an opportunity to do something on eBay and the person is accepting offers on it, I don't want to insult anybody. I'm not going to offer them 50% of their asking price, but I have no problem asking, 20, 25% less than their asking price. Worst thing they can do is say no.
Yeah,
the
and you
worst
just
thing
haggle
is-
back and forth a little bit until you find that happy medium.
That's part of the enjoyment
Do you
of doing
do a lot on eBay, or
I used to buy more than I do now. One of the weird things about being
I've always been scared to death to buy anything off of eBay. Like I'm going to get screwed.
It's a
my
function
luck.
of-
I'm going to get freaking screwed.
you have to find somebody who's been on eBay for a long time and they've got really high feedback and they seem to know what they're doing. I get what you're saying, and yeah, it makes you uncomfortable dealing with somebody. I talked about the biggest gold coin that I bought recently, which is the 1943 50 peso. And I actually bought that from a user on eBay. And that when I bought it was $7,000-8,000, whatever it was. And that made me a little bit uncomfortable. But this person had solid feedback. They were one of the best people when it comes to those Mexican 50 peso pieces. They definitely knew what they were doing. And I did my due diligence. This was an NGC piece. So I looked at the piece that he was selling. I compared it to NGC's website using the certification number to make sure that the piece that he had pictures of was the exact same coin that was being offered, that was listed on NGC's website. So there's those things that you really kind of need to do to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. But in the end,
Yeah, you got to do your homework. You got to do your homework.
You've got yourself to blame if you don't do your homework. And there's no such thing as a free lunch when it comes to precious metals. But that's another great example. He was offering this piece at X, and I offered, $1,000 less than X. And we went back and forth 4 or 5 times as the market was tanking. And eventually he got nervous and he blinked first, and I wound up getting it for, $1,000 cheaper than what he was originally asking for.
Yeah, but the market was tanking.
That's exactly right. I was very fortunate in a way. And the story with that piece is that those funds came from selling something else, and I didn't really want the piece that I sold. So I didn't really look at it as paying dollars for it. I looked at it as trading for a piece that I didn't want for a piece that I really wanted. And if he hadn't blinked, if he hadn't come down in price, I'm not sure that I would have been able to acquire that piece for a straight trade. And having a straight trade on that was really important to me.
Yeah, well, it was a great pickup.
I think it was a cool thing.
Yeah, sounds like you stuck to your guns. Like you just prove that there's no reason why you can't ask for a lower price.
Yeah.
So just keep in mind they want to, you want to buy it.
I always say, like my man Patrick Swayze says in Roadhouse, you have to be nice. Be nice. Be polite. Don't be a jerk about it until it's time to not be nice. And in this case, I was very respectful and I was sticking to my guns, and the market was going down, and he blinked and I got it for the price that I wanted. And it's a great end to that story. Did you ever buy pandas back in the 90s? It was the coin, says Bobcat Pro 5. No, I mentioned also, and I hate to keep on referencing it, I have exactly 2 pandas. I have these 2 1-gram pandas. One's a 2016, one's a 2017. The only modern Chinese pieces that I have, I've got some of the early Fat Man, Yan Shikai silver dollars. These are the only modern panda pieces that I have. I don't really care much for China's government. I don't really care for how they have allowed for the counterfeiting of so many pieces around the world. And it's just one of those things. I don't really like that stance. So I don't really feel like I want to support anything that they do. And then in whatever the date was, 2018, they shifted from full troy ounce silver pandas and gold pandas to a 30-gram silver panda and gold panda. So any panda that's made after, and I think 2018 is the date, instead of being the 31.102 or whatever it is that the troy ounces are, they are just a 30-gram piece. So they weigh considerably less than every other silver bullion vehicle that's on the market, whether it's the Eagle, the Britannia, the Philharmonic, the Libertad. And the same thing is true of their gold pieces. Now, they're supposed to be less expensive because they weigh less. But I don't like that 30-gram weight. It doesn't work into my brain the way that we're used to dealing in troy ounces. So all of that just kind of combined to the point where I'm just not a fan of the Panda, and I just avoid them.
Oh, did you need the code?
Hello?
Hopefully we didn't lose everybody.
No,
here.
we're all still here.
All right,
I
gents,
heard the girls coming in. I thought they were going to say something.
letting me on. Thank you for letting me show off some of my fun toys too. Like I said, I've got to get back to the Murder She Wrote marathon. Honestly, I've got to get back to writing this
Do
video.
your thing. Do your thing. I appreciate you coming up, Dubsy. It's always a pleasure having you up. And anytime you want to come up, just tell me to throw a link in chat.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Everybody
you were nothing but like a huge book of knowledge that we can all learn from.
Like I said, I
mean,
just make all of it up.
The
anyway.
shit that you know is unbelievable.
Thank you, gentlemen. I do appreciate it. Everybody have a great night, and I'll catch you guys in the streams.
You too, buddy.
Thank you,
Bye.
Dub. You have a great night. Man, it's always great to have Dub C come up.
Yep.
This man knows so much shit. It's not even funny. I mean, he puts us all to shame.
Love it when he comes up. It's always amazing. He's always so full of knowledge. Will you put it in the freezer for me? Thank you, baby. Yeah, full of knowledge. It's great. I love having him up. I was gonna say I have a gold challenger myself. I'm filling these. I have 4 of these up with 1 Grammys, and that's what I was planning on picking up was a couple of grams when I was down at Harry's to start adding to this. But instead, I bought that sovereign, that half sovereign, which I'm totally stoked about. And now I know with the other coins, I can just keep them in plastic flips and be good with it. So I'm okay with that. You guys are welcome. Can I get a straw? Thank you. All right.
I'll get you.
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back in 1 second.
No problem, buddy. Sorry. So what is up, chat? I'm so glad you guys are all here. Thank you. As you see, we are flying the Chihuahua flag today. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but we're flying a Chihuahua flag today. Because it doesn't matter what flag we fly, we all know where we're supposed to be. Metamucil. I've never actually drinking Metamucil. Crazy enough. But I do know what it is. Nope, just needed a pull off with some Diet Pepsi. Super thirsty. Mouth kind of dry. But, yes. Totally stoked whenever Dubsy comes up. Oh, and I'm glad I got those pesos. Those are such beautiful coins.
Oh, I Chihuahua.
Yeah, we're flying the Chihuahua tonight. What's up, Reckless?
Let me get my glasses on. See what the hell I'm doing.
I love Fireball, but it don't love me. Fireball's all right. I'm a Jägermeister fan. So, like, I'll drink Jaeger bombs all night long. They go down very easy. But totally stoked that this gold was 22 karat. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was nice to find. That was nice to find out.
You know, there's 4.5 grams of 22 karat gold in here. Now, I was just kind of adding up some of the smaller gold that I just got lying around here.
Now, was that a general? I mean, did he put it all on there at once, and that's kind of like the general consensus of what it was, or is it
They're all
all
bigger. They're all bigger
22?
nuggets. So we tested just the one bigger nugget, but they're all out of the same batch. They're all from the same. They're all from the same person, and the same seller, and everything else. So, and they're all acid cleaned, and yeah. So the fact the one's 965, that one's 22 karat. That was plenty fine for me to understand. The rest of them are all the same too, because it's all the
So
same.
there's not like 10s and 14s mixed in there, and it just came
No.
out as an average of 22.
No, just had the one big nugget tested.
Sweet.
Okay, World Coin Comics. Yes, go check them out. Check out Reckless's World Coin Comics. OC Omega, what's going on?
All right, we got 39 in here. We got 33 likes. Some of you are slacking. Hit the like button for us. Come on. Doesn't cost you nothing.
One of the coolest things at Harry's was when was the fact that I was able to just ask him questions, and he just answered questions like he was just like he was on Dragons, but just in person. It was exactly the same. He doesn't change any. He's very humble and welcoming and warm, if you understand what I mean by that.
Yeah, that's what makes Harry Harry. That's why everybody freaking loves him. I mean, he's a book of knowledge himself. I mean, he knows everything.
So really the coolest thing at Harry's, Matt, was, I mean, literally Harry himself. It was just an amazing experience. He shook your hand, and when you start talking about how you came down from Seattle, and you've always wanted to come down and see him. He just very welcoming, and like I said, he pulled out his gold trays, had them up on the top of the counter, right? And just people were just pawning their stuff and doing whatever. He just paid no attention to really anything. Once he gave you your tray and said, "Here's your shopping cart, and we'll settle up when you're done." It was such a crazy, awesome experience. Look, I was walking around with a half sovereign gold coin in my tray and dimes in my tray all over the place. And he wasn't asking me if I was ready. He wasn't keeping an eye on the gold and telling me to keep it with me. He wasn't doing anything like that.
The guys in the back room were watching you.
Whatever the
Believe me,
case.
there was cameras in there. They knew exactly where you were walking.
I'm sure there was, but honestly, I had my phone out. I was streaming at one point for a full hour while we were in there. It was just an awesome experience. It really was.
I really like the fact that he's not Silver Dragons only video. I mean, he lets you come in there. He let anybody come in there and videotape and say, "Yeah, come on in."
And any question I asked him, he just answered. He answered any question I asked him. I pretty much had an hour interview with Harry at Harry's Coin Shop, and chat was asking him questions. His favorite coin is the Israeli victory coin from the 60s, from the 6-Day War. Two of his sleeper coins from U.S. coins is the half cent and the bust. So that was pretty cool. Asking him what he thought, what his sleeper coins were, and everything else like that. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, man. Harry was amazing.
Yeah, he seems like that. I mean, but it's nice to know, from somebody who actually has been there to see him.
And
because I always thought this was going to be I'm Silver Dragons only. You can't take a video.
Yeah,
But,
I asked
no,
him. I'm
that's
like,
awesome.
hey, Harry, can I stream? And he goes, yeah, man, I don't care what you do. Go for it. I was like, okay, sweet. Now I haven't gotten any nasty grams from dragons. And
No,
I'd
I don't.
imagine
You're
that
not
if
gonna
I
get
was
that.
I'd imagine that if I was going to, I probably would have by now, but I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why are you in my playground?
Hey, you know what? And I would understand
I don't see
100%.
him doing that either because Silver
I didn't
Dragons
see
is
him
making
do
so
that.
much money from SD bullion. It's not even funny.
Well, dude, think about it.
So
I
he don't
am a
care.
piece of I am a piece of krill to his whale.
Oh, exactly. I mean, we are so small. I mean, to hit to what he has for a channel, I mean, we don't matter.
Yeah. I'm a piece of krill to his whale. Let's see here. Bear gifting up 5. Bobcat Pro, Lord Shadow, Super Nick getting 1. Sty the Soundman, and Jonathan LaFranc all getting Humbles Heroes memberships. Thank you, Bear. You're amazing. It was fun riding with Bear and Jamie down. Bear, what a trooper. Guy didn't sleep all the night before, so he was up for like 24 hours straight, just grinding it out, man. Just grinding it out. What an awesome dude. What an awesome dude. Ride or die.
Did Bear bring his claw with him?
He did not, but he brought pictures. He didn't realize that it was going to be a show and tell. But yeah, it was a cool run. Khalil
No
did
Secret
send his
Service.
new song, but we were streaming from Jamie's phone, so he couldn't download it and play it.
Oh, it's no big deal. I just asked.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. It was a really cool run. The ride there and the ride back, both cool. You know, meeting Swag Dad, riding with Jamie and Bear Down, and the whole Harry experience, man. It was, like I said, that was bucket list stuff. Never thought I'd ever do something like that. You know,
Yeah, that's
and
definitely a bucket list right there.
I was concerned with him saying no, which I would have understood, but he didn't, which was that much more exciting because I was caught off guard because I wasn't expecting it. Yeah, I don't care what you do. You know, so that made
Yeah,
the
that's awesome.
experience.
That
made
just
the
shows how
experience
much. That just shows how true Harry really is, right there.
yeah, that just made it that much more awesome. And it was a good road trip. It was completely, you know, filled with good company, filled with an awesome time, you know, great memories to ride with, people to share that with continuously. Yeah, man, it was awesome. Got a picture too. I posted it on the Humbles Heroes, and I also posted it on Stacking USA. So that was pretty cool too, man. Yeah, having an hour pretty much of being able to just ask Harry whatever questions I wanted to and just chat and talk with him, and just it was pretty cool just to get to know him and the way he does his business. And he's so knowledgeable too. He loves sovereign coins, and he will just talk and talk and talk. You open up the door and just let him run. You know, and it was
Right.
great because he has so much knowledge to share that we just sat and listened. We just sat and listened, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, let me just bask in your presence right now.
Yeah. It was quite the experience.
Well, that sounds great, man. I
And
wish I
will
was
say
there
that
taking a ride with you.
he is very genuine.
That would have been an awesome trip.
Yeah, it was a great trip, and I encourage you guys that if you are close, within driving distance, that you if you're within driving distance, that you definitely stop and visit Harry's, because it was such a great run. such a great experience. So I recommend that you do it.
Yeah, it's too bad that King Richard and stuff wasn't there. That would have been really cool. Meet all them guys.
Yeah, and we weren't rushed. We weren't rushed, even though we were filming. We could have stayed as long as we really wanted to till closing all the way. You know, we stayed till a little bit, about halfway, about 11:30 or so. But he got a crowd in there, so I let we came outside and let the crowd kind of dissipate. It was really fun. It was really fun. I'm going to do a hitchhike stream to meet you guys. Let's go. Hey man, hi low. We'll get you up here if you want to go. That was fun. It was fun. Amtrak runs the whole West Coast.
No, that sounds awesome, man.
It was It's in Portland, Oregon, Silver Fox. Well, Beaverton. Right around Portland. Just right, like Portland, and then like the next. I mean, it's so close. It's just right there. Not far at all. It was fun.
So
It
was
really
the shop like really busy?
No, not overly. So like when we walked in, there was like one or two people in there, and then there was us, which was four, right? So that made six. And when you first walk up, it looks really small, but it's deep, right? So it's not wide, but it's deep. So you're looking at about 15, 20 feet wide, but you're talking, 15 feet, 15, 20 feet wide, but you're talking 30, 40 feet deep, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
So it's much deeper it's much bigger than it looks. So when you're filming and you see him filming, you essentially walk in the front door, walk about 3 feet of glass counter, and then walk down a good, 8, 10, 15, 20 feet of glass counter and coins. And when you take a left, his register's in the middle of that. So you take a left and look at the register, and that's where you're filming with Silver Dragons and stuff when he's down there filming. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
That sounds awesome, man. You got me all jelly over here.
Hi, Elle. How are you? Yeah, it was a great experience. There was other people from Washington down there while we were buying too.
Ellie, what's going on, honey?
There was a couple and their baby from Puyallup, and then another group of people came in from Seattle after that while we were there.
That's cool. That's a great experience, man. I'm glad you got to enjoy that and experience that.
Yeah, it was definitely catch you off guard shit. It was pretty awesome, man. Pretty awesome. Can't complain.
Now, like I said earlier, I mean, we got the coin guy in Spring Hill. I'm trying to get a group together. If anybody out there wants to make a trip to Spring Hill, Florida, let me know. I'd love to make the trip. I'd love to go out there. He's already given me the go ahead. I was like, yeah. He says you can come up, bring up a bunch of people. I mean, we can all go do lunch somewhere. Hit the shop. Make some videos.
That sounds like fun.
If you're into seeing the coin guy, let me know.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I wish I was closer. I'd do that with you. Florida has
I know
coin
you
shows.
would.
Washington doesn't really have very many coin shows, so it's hard to catch something like that. You have to rely on different things like, come on, what's going on? I don't know why, but my feed is
Oh,
But
John just said, heck to the yeah, just found a 1776 to 2026 D Washington in my change.
they have the whole next door space where they run the whatnot death. Okay.
How you doing, John?
But for what what I
I
experienced,
know
we
you
used to
got your
put it in
eagle
the
in your
shop.
little pistola. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, congrats on your win, FG.
Oh, FG's in the house. Yeah, he just sent me an email the other day about a tumbler, wanting to know, my kind of my little secrets. So I let FG know. I told him exactly how I do it. He's looking to get a tumbler, and I told him a couple little secrets. So good luck to you, FG.
FG won the coin collector Kumite.
Oh, did he? Well, he's got the whole world coin set up. That's kind of hard to beat.
Yeah, he
Now
was
what
a
they need
tall
to
order.
do now what they need to do is make the like a pour kumite. Let's see who's got what.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all.
No, I think it would be cool because I know it would come down to like me. Um, oh my God, holy shit, who would it be? It would probably be T Bird. Then there would be well, it's kind of hard to bring in a commercial brand,
That is a really good idea.
but Ginger
You know
Stacker
what? Let me.
is an extremely good pour. You know, then you have Pang. Pang is really good too.
You know what, chat? I'm gonna work on that. I think that is a great idea, and I think that with minor assistance, we can make something like that happen.
I think it'd
I
be
think
pretty
you
cool.
guys. I think you guys should stay tuned. Stay tuned. That sounds very interesting, and that is an idea that that's definitely something that I would be interested in maybe running. So
Yeah, because
let me see what I can do. That is
Ginger
amazing. That's a good
Stacker,
idea.
Capital Currency, T Bird, Pang,
There's a lot of pourers
me,
out there.
obviously. I mean, there's a lot of good pourers out there.
Yep, no, that is a great idea. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to see what I can do about facilitating something like that. That's a great idea.
Oops, didn't mean to kick you.
Madison does have her permit, so she has the ability to drive. Yeah, backyard
Bro.
bullion, swag dad, pours as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of us out there. Now let's have at it. Let's see what's going on.
No, I think it will be yeah, I will put something together. It will have a catchy name too. Yeah, so don't worry about that. We will come up with something. That's a great idea.
All right, good night, Hidden. You have a good one.
And have a great night, buddy. But that's a great idea. I want to work on making that happen.
You heard it here first, everybody.
Yeah, first off, I need to get a list of all the pourers out there in the community that I know pour. Ginger stacker pours, paying. There's a lot of a lot of pourers out there. So
Oh yeah,
we need
you got T-Bird, you got Capital Currency, you got Pang, you got FG.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of us out there.
there definitely are. So there are. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. That sounds like something that Thule pours. I mean, there's a lot of Silver and Gold Stack Attack. He pours. There's a lot of people out there that pour metal. So this will be a smelting. Oh, who's gonna win the smelting smackdown?
Oh, and you know what you could do?
That is what we're
You
gonna
can break
call
it.
this.
You could break it down, to like the last 5 or so, and then have them pour live on the show.
That'll be hard to coordinate.
Yeah, you could do it.
Well, we'll figure it out. You guys heard it here. We're gonna work on a pouring competition. Yep, we're gonna work on a pouring competition. Okay, and it will have stages too. Okay, it will have.
Yeah, there's gonna be stages. I mean, because Ginger Stacker, he'll pour like freaking like 40 ounces of freaking silver at once. It's like we need to, limit, how we're gonna do this.
Oh yeah, nope. I know what
it
we're
shouldn't
gonna
be
do.
about the amount of silver you can pour. It should be, the detail.
There's
and
gonna
et
be
cetera, et cetera.
Nope, there's gonna be levels here. Okay, so first things first. Quality, of course. Quality is going to be a mark. Versatility. Okay. It's going to be, we're going to go through, there's going to be rounds. And in order to get through one round, you're going to have to be able to do one type of pour. And the second type of pour, you're going to have to do as well. So this will be a challenge. This, just so you guys know, this will be a challenge. Okay.
Oh, we could do like a Forged in Fire. Like a Forged in Fire kind of show.
Oh yeah, baby. This is going to be a competition. Okay. This is not going to be this is not going to be a popularity contest. Okay.
No, you can come up with something to be like, I want to see what you can pour out of this.
This is a challenge. Okay. And there will be stages.
God, I would love this. I'm loving this.
One me, I love a challenge. One stage will be bars. The next stage will be figures. Okay. The next stage will be freestyle. Yes, you guys. I am already putting this together in my head. This is how it will be. If you are interested, I'm going to make a special email for this. Okay. I will let you guys keep posted as this comes to fruition. But this is how this is going to go. There will be stages. And if you guys are down, you want an actual competition to show true worthiness of a title, let's do it. Now, FG, not saying that you did not earn your title. That's not what I'm saying. But we're gonna do this like it's gonna be a challenge. So if you guys are down, let's do this.
Well, FG won his challenge because he collected all those silver coins from around the world. Yes, that's got nothing to do with pouring.
FG
He's
is
got
a
his
stat.
own. He's
He won
already
his
got it.
thing.
He's already got a trophy already. You want to
I
go
just
for
didn't
2?
want him to take,
Come on, FG. Let's go. Boom, bam, bam.
I didn't want him to take what I just said the wrong way. That's all. But
No,
if you
no, I don't
if you
think he
guys
would.
want to do this and you want to set like a challenge thing up, I'm down for that. And if you're interested, do it. I will make this happen. This sounds fun, and it's going to be awesome. So if you guys want to do it, let's do it. Give me a
Yeah, if
thumbs
you can
up. And
pour a Popeye with a pipe, let me know. Come on, bring it. Bring it.
FG, are you in chat still?
I don't see him jumping up anywhere.
He's got to be in chat still. FG, are you there?
He's somewhere.
He said he was listening from the. He said he was listening from the shop. FG, come on, man.
FG is already planning for his pour.
I'm sure he is already planning his pour. FG, where you at?
Bring it on. Bring it on.
No, FG, give me a thumbs up. Forged in fire.
FG, Force
Yes.
and Fire. That's up. That's
Yes,
what I'm
FG.
saying, brother.
This is going
Let's
to
have
be a
the competition.
If you're down, FG, give me a thumbs up because I want as many pours that are in chat right now to give me a thumbs up if you guys are down for something like this. Melt and fire. No, trust me, I'm gonna have a catchy name too.
Oh, this sounds fun. You just lit a spark underneath my ass. Oh my goodness.
You're down, FG? Okay, so give me a thumbs up if you pour and you're interested in something like this. Give me a thumbs up.
Well, you probably have to hit your other streams, to hit everybody else.
Well, honestly, the best way for voting is to have a panel. And if I do this correctly, I'll have enough people interested in being on a panel for voting that I won't have to work very hard at all.
No, I'm sure there's plenty of them out there. Swag Dad's ready.
Oh yeah, this should all just come together. This will actually come together really easy. Pang, are you there? Oh, I mean, for sure. For sure. First, I need to get a list of how many people would be interested in doing it, and then we can work from there.
Yeah, like I said, you're probably gonna have to run this for like a couple days about asking people to come in because you got a different audience, when you do your other streams. So it's gonna take a couple days. But yeah, we can definitely get a group, get a list together of everybody who wants to compete.
Yes, I'm down. I'm down. So we can set up. I need to come up with a name, and I will do that here shortly. That's okay, Jamie. We'll get a hold of Pang. I know he'd be interested, so I'm not worried about that.
Oh yeah, Pang is definitely going to be interested in this.
So I mean, there will be this is a challenge, right? So keep that in mind, you guys. This is a challenge. So it can come down to spinning a wheel and coming up with which metal you're going to be pouring as well. This is a 100%.
Oh shit!
I'm not kidding. This is a 100% challenge. Okay. There will be challenges all the way across the board. This is not a give me. This is going to be a test of skill.
Oh, this sounds fucking fun, dude.
This will be a test of skill. I don't think there needs to be a prize, Dutch, but I will come up with something creative.
No, we got bragging
Honestly,
rights.
to be honest
Bragging
with you,
rights is good enough.
The way I'm making this right now, all I'm thinking about is bragging rights right now, because I'm going to make this challenge. It's going to be a challenge, and whoever wins this will have earned it. Okay? They will have earned it. And that's what we're going to do. That I already know what I'm going to do. How I'm going to do it, we're going to have, it will be a challenge. This will be a challenge of skill. People ain't going to do it for nothing. Why not?
I'll do it for nothing. I'll do it for bragging rights.
One gold sovereign per host. Okay, Catcom, just send them to me and I'll make sure we post them as surprises.
You send them on in and we'll divvy them out as we go. But I'll do this shit for bragging rights.
We'll figure it out.
Damn straight. I am Cartier Silver. Come on.
Don't worry about it, you guys. We will figure this out. Okay? We will figure it out. I'm not worried about it. There will be a prize at the end. Somebody will win something, trust me. Okay? I guarantee it. Oh, you're going to co-host with me, Catcom. Mike, what's going on, buddy? No, but this will be a 100% pouring challenge. So if you pour and you claim to pour and you are good at pouring, then you are going to be versatile, because this is going to be a multi-metal challenge. We pour more than just silver. Okay? We pour brass, we pour copper. I won't expect anybody to pour gold. That would
it should be brass, copper, and silver.
Brass, copper, and silver. Those will be the three metals, but there will be a time where the wheel will spin and it will decide which metal you're pouring for that round. Okay, there will be a challenge rounds like that. There will be stages. For you to move from one stage to the next, you will have to know lead. You're crazy. Why, Dad?
This is sounding awesome.
Yep. You could actually, aluminum wouldn't be a bad one to pour either, but I do know that aluminum isn't one that people normally pour. So I do want to make it so the people that are in this have at least, I don't know. Aluminum's a good curveball. That's a great idea. We'll see how things go. We will see how things go. Okay? We will see how things go. This is going to be fun, and this is going to be interesting. Okay? This will be fun and interesting. I guarantee it, you guys. I'm going to make a challenge that you guys are going to be worthy of winning. Okay? The person who wins this is going to be very versatile. He's going to have the best piece that has made it all the way to the end. I guarantee you. This will be fun. This is going to be exciting. I've already got it working up in my head. I'm so stoked.
I'm excited.
Yep,
I can't wait for a challenge.
Yep. Nope. This is going to be a fun challenge. We're going to have a good time on this one. This is going to be exciting. Very exciting. I cannot wait. Totally stoked.
Oh, Ellie, look at what she said. Maybe give the winner and the second place of the pours everyone did as their prize. So maybe, the pours that, they lost, they have to donate to the winner.
No, see, that would be, yeah, true, because
Well,
then they would have, because then they would
you
have
go
skin
back
in
and
the
go
field.
back, go back and read Ellie's and tell
Nope,
me
I
what
got
you
it.
call it. I
Nope,
think
I
that's
got
what
it.
I think that's what she's saying.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
what
have
she said.
to relinquish your pour to the winner.
Yep, the winner in second place. You have to relinquish your pour to the pile, and whoever wins first and second place wins the pile. That's a great idea, El. Yep, that's a great idea. Which means the first round, just so everybody knows, right now in chat, the first round will be a silver round. Not a silver round, but the round will be medal of silver. Just so you guys know. That way, everybody who is participating has skin in the game. Okay? That way, everybody participating has skin in the game.
And you can't use anything that you've already previously poured. It has to be a brand new pour.
Nope, these are fresh pours. Fresh pours that need to be shown. They'll need to have a link to a video sent to me with them pouring it, or a live while they're doing it, which would be fine. There will have to be, yes. That's what's going to happen. That is how there will be a prize pool. I won't even have to create a prize pool. The contestants will create the prize pool. Great idea, El.
So whoever loses, they need to give up their piece.
Yep.
And at the end, whoever's the best collects the whole pot.
No, but if you think about it, Dutch, the finale doesn't need to be gold. Okay, the finale can be whatever we choose it to be at the end. But the way this is going to play out is the first round is going to be a medal of silver pour. That way, however many contestants that are in this game or in this challenge, let's say there's 16. That means there's going to be at least 16 ounces of silver in the prize pool, as well as other medals along the way. That's how this will go.
Hidden, you're never going to pour a good something against me. Sorry, brother.
And everybody here is a pourer. So let's just look at this the way that they can look at it. If they don't like the pour that they acquire, if they win, what can they do with it? Melt it down, baby. That is an ounce of silver or whatever it is that you can melt down and make whatever it is that you want to make out of it. Okay.
Oh, I'm loving this. I am absolutely freaking loving this.
About this challenge right here. That's one of the greatest things about this challenge is if you don't like what you receive, you can melt it and make it whatever you want. And smile while you're doing it. I don't care. That is what we're going to do. Yep. That is going to be it. I cannot wait. This is going to be exciting. You guys stay tuned. You heard it here first. I'm going to make this happen. I am going to make this happen.
This sounds awesome, dude. I can't wait. You know me, I love a challenge. I
get it, BB stacking. I understand. I'm just spitballing here. We're just putting this together, man. But I'm going to make this work. The first pour will be a 1 to 2 ounce limit, yes. But that's how everybody will have skin in the game, and that's how there'll be a prize pool. That's already established right there. In general. And there'll be a wild card round. Okay? Just saying. There will be a wild card round where I will be spinning what metal will be pouring and what will be pouring figure wise, or whether it be a figurine, whether it be a bar, whether it be a round, whether it be a freestyle piece, I will put this together.
This, just to throw it out there, I mean, this should be limited to our group, the group of people that we talk to and deal with all the time. It shouldn't be, all of a sudden, Reckless Metals comes out and says, "Hey, I'm going to kick your asses." Yeah, they got a huge freaking warehouse full of machinery.
Like Punisher Stacker did, there will be a sub limit on the amount of who can enter. Okay, this is a small.
It should be our group. It should be our group, the people that we deal with all the time.
This is geared for a small stacking, small pouring battle. This is not I want the biggest heavy hitter coming in and crushing somebody. That's not what this is about. Okay, this is about bragging rights for a small stacker pourer, putting something together, showing how well they do what they do, and mastering their craft. This isn't about somebody who's already mastered their craft coming in and showing off.
Yeah, Dutch, we're going to do brass. We're going to do bronze and stuff like that. Cast iron? No, you can't pour cast iron. Nobody has a furnace out there who's going to be able to pour cast iron. Not us small guys. Anyway.
So the way that's going to go remote, we're going to focus on 3 main metals: bronze, brass, copper, brass, and
we can do 4. We can do silver. We can do bronze. We can do copper.
And just so you guys know, I've seen aluminum get poured out of cans before. So don't be surprised if you see some sort of weird curveball in here. You guys got to understand that I'm not going to make this easy.
All right, give me 1 second.
This is going to be a challenge.
Go ahead.
It's going to be a challenge. I've seen some copper aluminum alloys that have been poured that I like to see as well. There's a lot of different stuff out there that can happen. Okay. There's no talent in an anthill pour, remote viewer. So that's why that won't be something. But I understand what you're saying. They are cool looking. But it's going to be in I've seen aluminum get poured out of cans before instead of actual aluminum pieces. So there's things that can happen in this challenge that are going to catch you off guard, but I'm going to make it happen. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a precious metal pouring challenge. It's going to be pretty badass. Or a metals pouring challenge, because not all metals that we're pouring are precious. So keep that in mind. Hidden, you're not ignored. You didn't win anything. Did not win anything, Hidden. Cartier, you there? Nope, I'm here. Can you guys hear me? I don't know where Cartier is. I have to get a step away for a second. But yes, I can't wait. This is going to be something awesome. Going to be something awesome. A little slot machine, the silver slot machine. But really stoked about this piece I picked up at Harry's. This half sovereign is really nice. 0.117 or 0.1177 troy ounces. So just over a tenth. It's from 1910. It's an old sovereign. I've always wanted a sovereign, well, a half sovereign, anyways. Edward VII on it.
Like I said, I got a Dos Pesos here. I believe. Still, I don't think I traded it. I might have traded it with OC, but I think I still have it.
No, this wasn't poured by me, Dutch. This was an investment caster pour. But it is poured.
Oh, Jamie, I'm here. I had to pee.
Cartier Silver could pour this. If I sent this to him, he could put it in a silver mold and pour it. Or in a sand mold and pour
What's
it.
that little slot machine?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool as hell. Yeah, hell yeah, I could pour that.
It's a little half bouncer.
I still never got my ducks. I'm kind of upset about that. Everybody wanted the ducks, but I guess I'll just have to go find them somewhere by myself.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be awesome. I can't wait. I'm just gonna start on the list of rules tonight. And in order to be qualified, you have to have, just so everybody knows, in order to be qualified, you have to have at least one pouring video on YouTube posted.
Well, that's easy for me.
I understand. That's rule number one, though. In order to qualify, you have to have at least one video posted on YouTube of you pouring.
We're gonna have to do something about 3D printers as well. Sorry, FG, but you have a big upper hand on creating stuff that most of us other guys don't.
Well, so there are, so I will be coming up with a list of rules, and keep in mind, Cartier, if you don't have access to those things, you do still have access to those things. Okay? There's a lot of resources that we have in chat that you have access to those things with. So do keep in mind that if you're inhibited in a certain way, there will be a list of resources that I will have for things that people might not be able to have at their fingertips. Okay?
All right. So we're going to have to do like a sand pour, an open pour.
Yeah, no, I'll have it all set up. I'm not worried about it, but keep in mind that even though you don't have access, even though you don't have a 3D printer, you will have access to a 3D printer is the point I'm trying to get at. Okay?
Okay.
All right? So trust me, if you don't have one, I will have a resource list that will make it so you have access to one.
All right, we'll work it out.
Okay? I will work this out. But I will not set anybody up for complete failure because they don't have access to something that somebody else has in their garage. Okay? So keep in mind that if it comes down to a specialty bar that needs to be poured, and FG has a hand up because he can make a 3D printed bar and then pour it, you will still have access to a 3D printer with somebody that can help you put something together for you, okay?
All right, that sounds good.
Okay. So I will make sure that does happen as well. Like I said, this will be a matter of skill, not resources. Okay? There's a reason why I'm doing this the way I'm doing it. This is a matter of skill. Okay? Not resources. Just because he has access to a 3D printer does not give him a hand up in this situation. I'm going to be very clear. Everybody will have a fair shake at this, no matter what.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. I can't wait. I'm totally stoked over this.
Yes, this is going to be fun. This will be fun. I'm excited to put this together. This is going to be a blast. Okay, this will be a blast. Yep. Now I know that you cannot get exact weights without grinding metal down off of certain things. So there will be a range. Okay. So if the first round, the bar has to be between 1.25 and 1.75, that's to give you the range, because the goal would be to get to 1.5, but to give you a little plus and a little minus range, because I know getting exact weight is hard to do when pouring. So there are things that I do know that I will play into factor when it comes to what you're pouring, how you're pouring, and what you're pouring with.
Well,
This will be fun.
as far as us pourers, we all have, molds, or at least we should have
I know.
molds. I mean, we should
I
be
know.
able to have a little 1 ounce bar mold, little crucible, little graphite mold. I mean, I got a bunch of molds. So,
Understood. I get that. Okay.
so it should be easy. It should be
But
easy
when
enough
you're
to do
pouring,
that.
let's just say you're pouring an open sand mold, right? Okay. You're not going to know exactly what an ounce is with an open sand mold when you have to press whatever it is in the stand. So just keep in mind.
You will if you use a 1 ounce bar. I mean, that's easy. So that's a good test too. Use a 1 ounce bar that you have and make a copy of it.
No, so it's going to be, so I'll get this figured out, but it's going to ultimately be the first round is going to be silver. The first pour is going to be between 1.25 ounces to 1.5 ounces with the goal of 1 ounce, or 1.75 ounces for the goal of 1.5 ounces. Okay. I'm going to give you an odder weight that you're not used to pouring. I don't want this to be a cakewalk. Okay. This is going to be a challenge. I'm going to make it a challenge for a reason.
Bring it on. I can't wait.
This will be a challenge. This is going to be a challenge. Investment casting is a whole different pouring game. We're not doing investment casting, essentially. I'm not looking for like 9.6 grams or anything. I'm just looking for, a range between 1.25 and 1.5, something like that. Just with a shot of 1.5 is what I'm shooting for. Essentially what we'll be trying for. So this is going to be a challenge.
That sounds awesome, Humble. I love it. I love it.
In the knife making game, not everybody makes Damascus steel all the time, but they get challenged with Damascus every once in a while. So it's going to essentially be the same thing. If you're not used to pouring this essentially this certain way, you're still going to get challenged with it possibly, and you're going to have to, rise to the occasion. I know everybody here is going to be capable of doing what they need to do. Okay. Everybody who is going to be entered in this competition, if they want to enter, is going to be worthy of the entry itself. Okay. I don't question anybody's skills when it comes down to this.
No, we got a lot of great pourers out there.
But
we
this
really
will
do.
be a challenge of skill.
But this is gonna be fun.
Yes, this will be a challenge of skill. But I'm gonna have to cut this loose. I got to get the kids off to their mom. So
yeah, we're at 2 hours anyway, so we can wrap it all up.
But we're about 2 hours. I got to get kids off to their mom, so I'm gonna have to call this a run right now. I will see you guys all in a little while when I probably pop on myself. and then start going over some of the rules and bounce some ideas off of some people. So I will.
You going to
see
give
you
us
all.
a ping before you leave, or what?
Oh, we're gonna ping. Let's ping. Who wants to
You got
hear
to
it?
give us a ping before you leave.
You want to hear it? I got to see it. Who wants it, you guys? Let's do the 5-ouncer. Who wants to hear the sweet sound of some silver? I want to hear some silver. Let's go, baby. Here we go.
I can't even find my stick. I think it fell underneath my desk.
There's the 5-ounce, baby. We all know what the bat signal sounds like, but you all want to hear the bull. I want to hear the bull. Let's hear the bull. Build your wealth in ounces, you guys. Build your wealth in ounces, whether that be a tenth or a little over a 10th ounce of gold, whether that be a 1-ounce gold, 30 dimes, it doesn't matter. Just keep adding to that stack, you guys. I'll figure out the rules, FG. I'll figure out the rules. Here we go, bull. There we go, you guys. There's a couple of pings for you. I'm going to have to run. I will see you all in a little bit. You guys, of course, like I always say, stack what you can where you can, whether that be a dime, quarter, 50-cent piece, a little bit of gold. Doesn't matter. Just keep adding to that stack. Nothing, of course, we say is financial advice. We just talk about what we do. You got anything to say, brother?
No, I'm excited for this shit. You know, I want to say good night to everybody. We have Bear, we have Dutch, we have High Low, we have Saint Nick, Bobcat, Sublime, Donna McCoy,
FG. Lots of
Mean
stackers in
Bean,
there. High, low.
Janine,
Mean Dean. Mean Janine.
Bobcat. Thank you all for coming by. I appreciate y'all. Gold Digger was here. OC Omega Stacking was here.
If we missed you, we love you. Thanks for Dub C for popping up and hanging out with us for a little bit.
Thanks for everybody coming in here tonight. We appreciate you, and let the battle fucking begin.
Totally stoked, you guys. Stay tuned. We will have a pouring challenge coming up here soon. We'll talk to you all later. Bye, you guys.